say evening, I am in the US. It's evening for me. And we are going to look. Will they learn? Will the person on your mind learn from their mistakes? Will they move forward? Will they realize what they have been messing up on? Or will they continue to do the same things forever? Some people really just don't ever learn. So we'll see which one this person is. I'm gonna go ahead and pull some tarot cards. I was going to pull one from each oracle deck, but it looks like multiple want to come out. I'm gonna go ahead and pull these cards, and we'll see what we get as more people come in, and then I will go ahead and start the reading and go back and forth between the. Oh, that's a good sign. Between the oracle cards and the tarot cards themselves, it looks like it has 6 oracle cards, so we have enough to go ahead and go and move forward. And it looks like some people are starting to come in, so I will go ahead and start reading from here. So let's start with the cards I got from the Zodiac pile. Hello, everyone who is coming in. I got Cardinal Modality and Blood Moon for will they learn? Will the person on your mind learn from their mistakes? For Cardinal Modality says, do not wait, be bold and jump in. When you take swift action, things will begin moving in the right direction. So this is about taking a proactive approach. So the things that may have been going wrong may not be enough for this person to move forward on their own. They may need a little push from you, or you may need to start changing things for them to understand what's going on and that what they were doing was not the right thing. We also have the Blood Moon. Get clear on your true desires and values. Let go of the old stories that are holding you back. So there may be some resentment here because they are not learning. They don't seem to be hearing the feedback that you give them. So maybe we need to let that go, because if we keep coming from a place of this person is not listening, that may not be what will make them listen more. So let's go ahead and look at some more information from these cards. The Cardinal Modality represents a couple of different identities. We have Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, okay? So these are initiators. So these signs usually are a little bit more proactive. They usually move forward a little bit more. So maybe you are one of these signs, or maybe you just need to borrow some of, hello everyone. Thank you so much for the hearts. You know, borrow some of that energy, initiating the change you want to see with this person who seems to be a little bit hard-headed. Okay. So these are initiators. They begin things, give birth, to get things going, to find the direction, unstick stagnant energy, and manifest their goals. In short, Cardinal Modality makes things happen. Receiving this card is a sure sign that energy is getting moving in your life, but only if you're proactive about it. In other words, do not procrastinate, do not ruminate, do not sit passively by. Take action, and soon. You likely already know or suspect that what it is you need to swiftly swoop in and do. If that's the case, consider the following direct descriptions to gain further clarity. Okay, so Aries, they say, boldly jumps up and jumps in to get everything started. Cancer gently yet consistently gives birth to new waves of energy, including deep connections and deep feelings. Libra gracefully invites in and kicks off new relationships. And Capricorn diligently plans for the future and takes incremental build to action to build those plans right away. Okay. So what is it? Are you initiating fiery fun, watery, deep, airy, hearted, earthy, or pragmatic? Whichever element is most at play in your current circumstance, invoke it, bring it in, be the fire, water, air, or earth. If what you're initiating is most related to fire, perhaps light a candle and dance. Okay, so they're saying to do what you need to do to be one with that energy. Get aligned with the thing that you need to get done. If this person is not listening, you can try to work around them. It may be that they need to see you do things by example, okay? They're not hearing words, so they may see things with action. We're also going to go with the blood moon. So this is the number 4. If number 1 or number 4 are important numbers for you, that may be a sign, okay, that this message is specifically for you. Let's go ahead and go to number 4, and it says blood moon. Say goodbye to old paradigms, habits, and patterns of thought, particularly those that are self-critical or self-sabotaging during a total lunar eclipse. The Earth is situated directly between the sun and the moon. We call a lunar eclipse a blood moon when the sunlight that illuminates the moon is filtered through the Earth's atmosphere, causing the moon to appear reddish in hue. To some, the term blood moon sounds foreboding, but those will tell you it is something to be feared. This is false. In fact, a blood moon is an opportunity for deep healing, empowerment, purification, and release. Ask yourself, what can I heal? In what ways would I most like to feel empowered, and what would I like to purify? Okay, so it's still talking about empowerment and you gaining control in a situation. If there are areas in life in which you feel uncomfortable, inauthentic, or unsure, examine them honestly. What beliefs and self-talk perpetuate these feelings or conditions for you, and how can you shift them? For example, if you have a paralyzing feel of being rejected or disliked, what if you were fully to accept yourself? In general, what would freedom feel like in these previously challenging life areas? Okay. This again is about taking control and getting empowerment in these areas. There is a bit of a moving on from this, not maybe cutting off a connection, but instead just being the change you want to see, and be honest with yourself that, oh sorry, I actually have here, that they may not be willing to change until they see that you are making the movement without them. Sometimes people need that. Sometimes people need to see that you could actually do it on your own before they realize that, like, oh, like, they weren't just telling this to me to get me to do it. They were telling me it for this other reason, for this bigger purpose. So we have this card movement. That's again towards this overall theme of, will this person learn? Will this person move forward from what they are doing? Interesting little ostrich actually has like a snail on top of its head too, and a windmill. I don't know if either of those things are important to anybody, but this may be interesting signs that feel very personal to some. This is a time for positive momentum as you come out of a period of restriction, okay? So this person may have been restricting you, and that's why you brought up these issues in the first place. Something that they were doing that they thought, was only for them, that was only affecting them. You've been quite open with them that, no, it actually affects me too, and it maybe affects others as well. So restriction, you're in a stage of new adventure and discovery. You may feel compelled to take a trip, change your hair, or move your home or business. Regardless, you can't remain where you are anymore. You feel compelled to go forward. No matter what your inquiry, you will see your dreams take form of doors previously shut begin to open as if by magic. Movement is also a state of mind. The fog lifts and you now know the actions you need to take. This isn't the time for fear. Let it go and move forward. All of these cards are really in alignment with each other. They really have a message of moving forward and being this change. And I'm going to read one more of these oracle cards. I have a couple still, but I'm going to read one more, and then I'm going to go to the tarot cards, because we have a lot of energy too. We have a lot of red. I'm seeing a lot of red. I feel like this is a really big push from spirit, that you can be proactive in this, you can move forward, that you can actually take charge, not just the situation, but like overall the energy that's coming in here. So I'm saying that, like, if you've been convincing somebody else, maybe they're technically the person in charge, and you're like, hey, I'm seeing this thing happening, I'm seeing the way things are moving, they're not going in a good way, and I really think A, B, and C, and they're not listening to you. Maybe do A, B, and C anyway. I mean, like, don't do it in a way that's like insubordinate. Hello, Isis. But doing it in a way, oh, hey, Lisa. Doing it in a way that you can kind of prove your point without making it be confrontational or having friction, and you can start taking charge. It's going to really give you agency in the situation, and you may have to be a little creative with that so that you're not like causing some bigger issue, but it may be worth it to figure out a way to move things forward. And again, I appreciate so much the hearts and everything that you guys have been leaving. If you would like to leave gifts and anything else as well as a sign of appreciation, I would super appreciate this for the channel as well. We also have another red card. This is from a different deck. And it says, she who instigates, Regina, leadership. Oh, thank you so much, Isis. She who instigates, Regina, leadership, provocation, and power. Oh, hey, thank you so much, Isis. Let me know your question. If you've already sent it, please just type it in the comments again, and I can do a reading for you. So I'm going to read for this card, leadership, provocation, and power real quick. And I'm just seeing this as a theme with the cards that are coming in that are all about taking charge, being a leader, and I feel like this is your time. And I feel like you've been trying to be really respectful of the people who are technically in charge. And so this is the next step. But sometimes, you know, when you've really been trying to tell someone something and they're just like not listening, it doesn't give you a lot of space. It's either be happy with how things are or take a chance on yourself. So let me go ahead and read this. This card urges you to step up to the challenge. Put yourself in the role of the leader instead of the follower. This is your chance to pick up the microphone and galvanize people into making a difference in their world. Be aware of your personal power right now. You have the gift of inciting others to step out of their own complacent lives. Are you ready to be that person? Okay, so maybe part of the reason that this person doesn't realize the effect they're having on the others is because this is one of those, this is how it's always been done situations. And maybe at first it didn't really affect things in a negative way. So there was no reason for them to be upset. There's no reason for them to like change anything that they were already doing. And so they're just realizing, well, they may not be realizing now until you put it in front of them that like, hey, like look at the difference it makes when things change in a certain direction. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna look at some of the tarot cards before we get into any more of the oracle cards right now. We're gonna see if we can get some details about the situation, this person, why they're having such a hard time opening up to what you have to say, and maybe what actions Spirit thinks you can take. If you would like a personal reading, if you could send a gift, and then I will be over to answering one of your personal questions. A Knight of Cups. There may be someone coming in, if there hasn't been someone already, who is going to help with bring in a new emotional idea or angle or standpoint with what has been going on. They may be, so I'm getting the feeling that someone may have come in and said that they also see what you're seeing, someone who's new in some way to the situation. They're like, yeah, you know what, actually it is odd that you do things this way, or you know what, actually it is odd that this thing is happening in this certain situation. So you may be getting some agreement. I'm not sure if they would actually have something to solve the situation, but there is someone kind of like supporting you in that sense that like you're not the only one who's seeing what is going on. We also have a Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so there may not be, hello Erin, there may not necessarily be up planning. I think there may be some sort of like, again, like I said before, like some idea of like, ooh, is this like insubordination? Like, you know, if you want a personal question, if you could just send a gift and I'll keep track of that as you go through. I have some goals on here that I believe are on the screen. And I can do a personal reading for that, please. But yeah, there may be a sense of what can we do? We don't want to necessarily step on anybody's toes by changing some sort of idea or anything else. Yeah, Nine of Wands. I think a lot of people are tired, but with the King of Swords in reverse, we aren't saying the truth. We aren't speaking our minds. A lot of people are tired. It's not just you. It's not two people. There's a new person who may have come in and spoken their mind. I'm talking about a situation where will someone learn? Will the person you're thinking of learn from the things that they are doing wrong? Will they listen to the feedback that is being given to them? And there's some truth. I think people may have been hiding it for a long time and just dealing with it, but it's wearing on people. It's wearing on people at this time. Ooh, we have the High Priestess. It came in reverse, but I only read this card upright because I feel like it pretty much has the same energy in reverse or upright, okay? And so this is an inner knowing, okay? This is a deep knowing, this is wisdom. You know the right moves. There may be some second guessing from other people, and everyone may have some questions and thoughts around respect and respecting the situation. I have a feeling the person who's kind of in the wrong is not like this nasty person. There's just a digging heels into the ground type of energy. They don't want to do things different because I've always done it this way. That's not really helpful. I think I sound just like them. That's a great impression. But they don't want to do anything different. And there's a foundation that's not going to be held up much longer, or it's not going to be held up in the same way if they keep giving that same energy, because it's not helpful. It's not helpful for the situation for them to be doing what they're doing. I think everyone already sees that. How can they move forward? What can they change? You know what's really interesting? I put these last two oracle cards down, and they also are pretty aligned, and it wasn't on purpose. They're two blue cards. I'll show you guys in a second. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and Six of Wands in reverse. The idea that you have, and obviously it's going to be different for every individual person, but the idea that you have on how to move things forward is correct. The idea on how to move things forward is correct. The reason you don't feel victorious is because you keep like towing the line on how we're gonna change it. You know what would be the right move, but you're like, oh, I don't want to hurt so-and-so's feelings. Oh, I don't want to, you know, whatever. Oh, but like I don't know how many people agree with me, and it's just holding you back. Like you can make this change. You have the High Priestess. You know how to move this forward. You just have to truly trust yourself, especially if you've been in the situation for an extended period of time. You're probably correct. Your instincts are probably right. So, and again, if anyone has a personal question, please send a gift and I can do a quick reading for you. Right now I'm doing a collective reading, so if you're waiting for a pause, that would be the pause. just send a gift in the chat. I have coming to life. That is the first oracle card. So it's 29, 2, 9, or 11. Gosh, I'm getting so many cards that add up to 11. 11 is a portal. It is a new change in things. Sorry, my YouTube background is doing something. It's moving forward. So, oh, thank you, Paul Lawrence. If you want to put a question in the chat, thank you so much for that, Rose. I will go ahead and I will pause after I read this. So, come to life. So it does look like, and I will show you the other card that I was talking about. No, I don't think we should send any pictures on here, but do you have a question for the reading, or like, is it have to do with how they got there? If you could just describe it in the chat, that would really help. She who changes, Iris, transformation, change, enrichment. So I do feel like something is going to change. There is going to be some development moving forward. Oh, so you're having like prophetic dreams, basically, or deja vu. Is there a question in that? Because I understand what you're saying, but I'm not understanding how I can read for you. Or do you guys just have a question about things that seem to happen after you dream about them? Just if you could give me some clarity on that. So, sorry, I'm also reading on the TikTok chat. If you're on YouTube, like I see none of this other part of the conversation. There's questions coming through. So let me go ahead and read about coming to life. Something beautiful is being born in your life. When you look at your life, can you see how you've grown and evolved over time? Perhaps you've shed skins and identities and created new ones, or at the very least matured in your ideas about yourself and your world you inhabit. You know things take time, and Spirit's timetable is rarely in sync with your own. This card indicates that a long-held dream is beginning to show signs of life. You must try not to coax it along or shape it according to your desires. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to read this again. This card indicates that a long-held dream is beginning to show signs of life. You must try not to coax it along or shape it according to your desires. Spirit knows the best form for the manifestation of this dream, and your life can become even better than you could possibly imagine. Now is the time to revere and awe. Allow the contours of your path to be carved by the hands of divine. All you have to do is show up. Okay. So if you have something that you want to create alongside this friction, know that you don't necessarily have, because we have this Knight of Cups come in. You don't necessarily have, okay. You don't necessarily have to have like multiple goals at once. One thing at a time. If you have this person who's causing friction and there's like a bigger group and this person's in charge and you're like trying to get them, getting family. I'm getting family, like maybe not like a father, but like a, you know, a patriarch. I said matriarch almost. It may be for some of you, right? But I'm getting a patriarchal vibes. Like someone is like in the head of the family and doesn't want to listen about something. And then there may be something else that like this friction is happening and you want to move forward in a personal goal, one thing at a time. I think you may really have something with the moving towards getting this person to maybe not listen to you directly, but changing things in a way that can not make them feel like they're being undermined, but also fixing that situation. Focus on that first. That may open the path for this goal to happen, and this goal may have a way of kind of naturally coming up without you having to be more forceful. Paul, I can go ahead and read about your question about a new relationship coming in, and I'll do that after this next card. Yeah, so if you have multiple goals, Spirit is saying that there's positive energy towards that. Just know that if you have that other bigger thing happening, feel free to focus on that first so you're not balancing like a bunch of big parts of your life at the same time. She who changes, Irish transformation, change, enchantment. So my guidebooks are like all over my table now because I've been doing a bunch of different lives. Irish brings a message that you are in a moment of change. You can choose to move into a new self or pull back on the self that you were before. Let me read this again. You can choose to move into a new self or pull back on the self you were before. There's nothing static about this issue. Do not put too much weight on things as they are. Instead, take a step back, remind yourself of the moon cycles, as well as the turning of the seasons. If you remember all things change, you will find yourself prepared to adapt to the ever-cycling world. Okay, so yeah. That kind of goes back to what I was saying before with having one goal at a time. It may require you to pull from different parts of yourself. That's kind of what this card was saying. So trying to handle two big goals at the same time is a lot. So I mean, even though they're social, people, you know, seem to understand that with like work and things like that, but social things are big too. So I'm doing one thing at a time, not really trying to jump in with all the things at once. And you have what it takes with either goal, just they may take from different parts of you. So making it easy on yourself. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna put these cards back into the decks and then we're gonna read it for Paul on a relationship coming in. Let me go ahead and put these back. There's a lot of them. I'm sorry, a lot came out. Okay, I'm gonna do two main cards. We'll do one from this deck, butterfly deck, one from here, and then I'll do some tarot cards, like 1 or 2 tarot cards. Paul's new relationship is one coming in. Well, this may answer it by itself. We have She Who Emerges is the card that came out. Kamala, Enlightenment, Mindfulness, Rise Up. Sorry, this deck, I love it. I think they're beautiful cards. They aren't numbered. So, like, it takes a little bit to find the description for the card. The message of this card is to become present. The future and the past are neither here nor there. Imagine yourself to be a sacred lotus rising from the mud. Know the value of your growth as you emerge into the person you are meant to be. Worrying about what is to come withers you. Regret over what has been diminishes you. open to being born into the moment. Follow a deep breath into your body. Feel how the air permeates your being. Enlightenment comes as you become known to this present moment. Okay, so it's talking about working on your breath. That's just that book. Some of these books have like instructions for meditation and things like that, but basically what its point is to be present. Okay, so there may be distractions from the past, people from the past. I don't know if there's, you know, exes or something that, or like in your friendship circle or things like that, that keep reminding you of themselves since they're there. But this is about being very present in where you are. There may be someone coming in, but they may also come into that circle or be close to people who remind you of the past in some way. And so this card is just really focused, is really pushing you to be present in where you are so that you don't miss out on the opportunity on that connection when it does come in, because it may be connected to someone from your past. Or if not like an ex specifically, someone who's like, you know, a friend of someone from some past situation that maybe you don't want to deal with. I have 45 Pisces. One, seek spiritual beauty and marvel at the sacred mystery. Look beyond the surface and in to the unknowable deep. I really like this card. Absolutely beautiful. I have no idea if koi fish are important to you, Paul. That has anything to do with what you've been dreaming. I know you were talking about prosthetic. Like deja vu and dreams that come true. This card is about finding the beauty in the little things in life. Finding joy and seeing the beauty in the little things of life. So that still has that being present message, and they're both in water. I don't know if you can see that in this second card, but what is the screen doing? This is what happens when I film at night. But she is standing in water as well. No koi fish, but I'm seeing a lot about maybe balancing a moment, emotions, and focusing. So yeah, let's see if there's anything else, any details we can get with the tarot cards themselves. And the Magician card immediately flew out. So I don't know if mobs are something you've been seeing or are present in your dreams. We also have this particular one, looks like it has eyes. There may be the Magician card in general is talking about having everything you need in order to move forward in a goal. I think this person is going to come in when you have everything balanced in your life. And I also think with all the encouragement to be very present, I think that your focus needs to be on seeing what you have, literally and figuratively. If you feel like things are up in the air, you may have a lot of things together more so than you're giving yourself credit for. I think this is a lot of seeing what's there and being surprised by what's already around you. This person is close. You just need to truly see them. Okay, hope that resonated. If anybody else would like a personal reading, I am still here for a little bit. I could probably do one more to send a gift if you are on TikTok, and I'd really appreciate that. And if not, feel free to tap if you just enjoy being here. And I would take some more cards. Let's see, what last message can we do? Why don't we do, let's go maybe a who's coming towards us in general. What about that? I like one that's okay. I don't know for. Cool. That's great. Isa, do you know how to send a gift through TikTok? They should have for different amounts of coins that you can send something, and I do have a gold. I don't know if how it shows up on your screen for like a gummy bear or anything else that's on there. If you could send one of those, because that's what the other people were sending it for. I just want it to be fair. No, it's totally okay. I'll just continue doing the ones for the group. Sorry guys that are on YouTube. I am not monetized over there yet, so I cannot do the same thing. Otherwise, I would put it out there for super chats. But, you know, just enjoy the reading. We're here together. Or, you know, I'm not getting cards out of there. Let's see if I need to start putting out a second tarot Hello. I need to, hello, Sarah. I need to start putting out like a second tarot deck when cards don't want to come out of one deck. Water, relax and attune your body's fluid nature. Let your emotions flow. Okay, this is about cleansing. This is an interesting kind of near the end. Who is coming in? 28. If 2, 8, or 10 or 1 are important numbers for you, that may be a sign. This card, I mean, I already know this card is all about cleansing because water and light are a great way to cleanse in all kinds of different ways. If you have crystals, they're a great way to cleanse a lot of crystals. Make sure it's the right one. Not all crystals should be put out into the sun, but definitely if they're like already clear or they're white crystals, they should be okay. Also, water, putting a word on a piece of paper outside of a clear water bottle can help cleanse and clear, or like help you focus on a certain thing, on a message that is on the paper itself. So there may be someone who's already very balanced and cleansed coming in. And spirit is just kind of reminding you, to keep yourself balanced for that person to come in. So like energy attracts like. Sorry, I'm reading on the other comment. Do you do free readings? I'm not doing free readings on YouTube right now because I'm not monetized yet. So if people wanted to do different levels, I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm mostly doing individual readings on TikTok. I'm so sorry, Sarah. Let's see. We can, this card. Let's see. Moonlight. Okay. We've had a couple of these moonlight cards coming through. 51, if 5, 1, or 6 are important numbers for you. This may be a sign. This also has an owl on it. We've had the High Priestess in this deck has an owl on it. So I don't know if that's someone's favorite animal. That could be a sign. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. Goodness. Let me read for this card. Your intuition, oh, look at that. Your intuition allows you to see beyond the mundane, logical, or analytical. Follow it. Moonlight beckons. Come and trust your intuition to lead you into places that may not seem logical. Your hunches will be right on target. Resist second-guessing yourself, for your alternative perception is especially sharp right now. You can see beyond the surface of things and truly read between the lines. This is a good time to use oracle cards or other systems of divination to gain information. Remember that the language of intuition is a symbolic one. It comes subtly through a hunch, a tingling, a clear sound, or an animal or object crossing to help you. Success is yours if you follow the signs. Interesting. So we have a lot of people who are very intuitive coming through, which is interesting because we're doing a collective. I am doing a collective right now on who is coming in. I am going to be gone in a couple of minutes, though. I have Judgment in reverse, and I have the Ace of Swords upright. You may feel like something that's coming in may immediately not feel quite right. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to that and just note it. If a situation doesn't feel right, if something different changes, note it, and then if there's someone who can clarify that with, be sure to make that known. I'm not sure who that would be with. I'm kind of getting that feeling like you saw it first. Like you saw the weird energy first, whatever that was. So I'm not sure necessarily what the situation is or who you would tell. I'm not necessarily saying it's an authority figure, but I'm seeing like something happening where you're like, this is odd, this is weird. And I'm seeing the Ace of Swords where like a new truth or a new idea, it'll come in. It may feel very intuitive to you. Like there may be something that you see with something that comes in where you immediately are like, have the heebie-jeebies, and you're like, I'm not into that. Hello, Teacher She. If you could send a coin or a gift, I'll go ahead and pull a card for you. That's just how I do the personal readings. French Nelly, okay, I see you are a community Thank you so much. If you would like to put something in here, I can do an individual reading for you and Kaya as well. Will Colton come back? Okay. Let me pull a different card. And then, yeah, for the couple of people who sent something, if you could put something in the message, in the comments real fast, if you want a personal message or you want me to pull a card for you, and I'll go ahead and look into that. So I'm getting the Star in reversed, Kaya. And so this Star is about healing, and it's about being content in it. In reverse, the healing is still happening, but it may be on a can you put, Frangeli, if you have a question or if you want a general, I can pull like one or two general cards for you. Just let me know which you prefer. For Kaya, so it's for the Star in reverse, it's going to be a little bit more of a long time because they're not content in it. The healing is happening, but it may not be sitting too well. So this person may still come back, but right now they're at a point where they're just kind of like sitting with their feelings basically. So that may be why, if you like haven't really heard back, they're just kind of moping essentially. That resonates. Does Leo regret sabotaging our relationship because of cheating? Let me grab, it's probably going to take more than one card. Let me pull Knight of Pentacles. They don't feel, there goes that card. They don't feel great about the decision that they made. This was in reverse. This is the Knight of Pentacles. So it is the slowest moving knight of the four. And it also is about stability. So the fact that it's in reverse means that that's basically been cut off. So they feel very unstable right now, probably due to the decisions that they have been making. With the Emperor, this could be you or it could be another person, but the Emperor is about a masculine energy that's kind of basically in charge. Or I'm feeling like there may be like, I don't know if there's like a family member or someone that they respect that maybe like didn't approve of you or was like a third party situation, but I feel like they felt like they were following some sort of like structure or order or advice or something, and that's why they went about things the way that they went about them. And now with the Six of Cups in reverse, there may be a lingering. So if they aren't fully connecting with you, but they're just like, well, there you go. If they are like around you but not really reaching out to you, it's because they don't want to leave now because they don't feel steady in the decision that they made. So I would say a shorter answer, he does regret it, and like doesn't feel confident in his decision. Like basically is what I would say with that. There's a lot of second guessing on his end. So hope that resonated. Okay, guys. It is almost midnight in California. Why am I up? I've done this multiple times now. I have no one to play with myself. It was, of course. Thank you guys so much. I enjoyed being here with you. I appreciate all the support. I will be back again, hopefully earlier, or if this time works for you, maybe I'll be up later again and we'll collide one more time. I'm on TikTok and I'm on YouTube. I have zodiac readings for the month that are already out. I also have long form videos on YouTube, and I will see you next time in the tarot card. Bye.